This Iran thing is getting to a head. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not, it just is. Trump's done. And he knows that time's running out for the midterms. He's got a couple months left, but Trump doesn't want to play that game. He's not going to let it keep going. We've been seeing the ramp up in rhetoric. We've been seeing the actual militarization build up around Iran. So we know they're plotting moves here. So the latest on this is that the U.S. is currently carrying out a massive wave of preparations for resumption against Iran, with U.S. refuelers now parked in Israel. America and Israel on high alert, ready to blast mullahs to smithereens. The IRGC is lashing out, vowing crushing blows. The abyss of destruction 47 takes action. Now, this is hilarious to me because what have we heard the entire time with Iran? Oh, they got the super duper secret hypersonic missiles they're going to launch. There's going to be, they're going to show us what's up once it's finally time. Again, they don't have anything. They got the Timu missiles from China. But 47, Trump is reloaded, ready to go. And the gaps are still there in the negotiations. But Trump has now given them to the beginning of next week. And currently, Pakistan is now hinting at a final draft peace agreement. So this should be released today. We'll see if it's anything, if it's even worth the paper it's written on, which I highly doubt it will be. But we're there, guys. Trump's just not going to
playing across a wide swath of the map, not just defending our incumbents, but playing offense.
Oh, I got a clip playing. Sorry, guys, I got to track it down.
Obviously, as President Trump, mentioned.
Why did that just start playing out of nowhere? That's weird. Sorry. Okay. But what was I saying? Okay. The peace deal is probably not going to be worth anything. All right. It's not going to be worth anything, and Trump's going to deny it. And that means, to me, I think we're going to start seeing the bombing next week. Now, what Trump did the other day when he said we were about to bomb, and then Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE all came to me and asked me to wait, he's put all that out so that they can't be attacked now because they're seen as wanting peace. So now if Iran attacks any of them, it gives us a whole open door to just go full ham on them. And nobody can say otherwise because peace has been trying to be achieved and Iran reached out against it. So Trump is closing the walls around Iran. And again, I've said this many times, I think there's going to be something very favorable coming out of this. Now, here's something very interesting Trump said today about Israel and Iran and Netanyahu. Listen to this.
What have you said to Prime Minister Netanyahu about Iran and how long to hold off on strike?
He's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do. He's a very, very good man. He'll do whatever I want him to do, and he's a great guy. To me, he's a great guy. Don't forget, he was a wartime prime.
Did you hear what he said there? That first part?
What have you said to Prime Minister Netanyahu about Iran and how long to hold off on strike?
He's fine. He'll do whatever I want him to do.
Netanyahu will do anything I want him to do. Guys, that's a huge statement right there. A huge statement. For everybody who thinks Trump's more controlled by Israel. Dude, the evidence has been so overwhelming, okay? Even you could go back to the first term. But even just in this term, you can go back to last summer when Israel wanted to continue the war against Iran. Trump called them out, said they don't know what the F they're doing. And then he told Israel, we're ending it. You can go to Gaza, where Netanyahu thought he was finally going to take over Gaza and make it a piece of Israel again. What happened? Trump said, no, stop. And they stopped. He negotiated the peace. Look at Lebanon. Israel's bombing Lebanon, taking out Hezbollah. Lebanon's getting pissed about it because they're hitting some civilians. Trump goes over and says, I'm putting you guys together, ceasefire. Trump over and over and over again has proven that Israel doesn't control them at all. In fact, quite the opposite. And now Trump just said it. So we see the evidence, and now we see what he's saying. And again, it's just a slap in the face to the Israel tards. Now, having said all this, Trump has Israel on standby because the Israelis are itching to take out the Iranian leadership. They are ready. They want to blow to hell the IRGC, which, I'm not against that either. I would love to see that myself, but he's got them ready. And I have a feeling that if this one doesn't go down, this last time Trump's given it. Now, he does keep extending it, and I got to be honest with you guys. This is one thing that I have not been able to that I've not been able to figure out is why Trump keeps extending it. The only thing I can come to is the conclusion that Trump really, really wants to end this peacefully. And that would go completely with everything we know about Trump going back to the first term. That he only uses the military muscle when he absolutely feels he has to. And Trump, and I think this is a great thing about Trump, honestly. I think this is one of his best attributes. So while some of us are itching to see them blow up, and I would love to see the IRGC just blown to smithereens once and for all. I would love to see. I don't want civilians killed, but I want to see the leadership of Iran just destroyed, obliterated once and for all. But I'm not Trump, and I don't have to make that decision. So he's holding off, but I have a feeling, guys, that this will be the last straw. And if they deliver this and make a mockery of Trump again, well, and the other thing I'll say real quick is Trump absolutely keeps proving that he does not fire from the hip, that he is a well thought out, methodical decision maker when it comes to strategy, because the Iranians have been taunting him. They've been mocking him with these ridiculous peace deals, and Trump keeps holding back. He's showing great restraint. And now, but it's coming to the end of it. It's coming to the end, and should. Now, with what's going on in Iran coming to an end, this is very interesting. Okay, so the DOJ announced indictment against former Cuban leader Raul Castro 1 p.m. today. Castro is expected to be charged with murder 30 years after he directed Cuban fighter jets to shoot down civilian planes carrying Americans over international waters. Why is this so interesting? Well, when we went into Venezuela, what did Trump use as his excuse? He didn't say it was Trump didn't say it was a military operation. He said it was a legal operation, that Maduro was found guilty here of crimes, and so we went and got him. So what are they doing right now? They're setting up the legal ramifications so that they can go get Castro out of Cuba and end Cuba just like they ended Venezuela. That's what I see right here, because the timing on this is incredibly suspect, but in the best way. We want to see this go down because Cuba becoming an ally would be absolutely incredible. And then Trump came out and said, we won't rest until the people of Cuba once again have freedom. I think we're going to solve Cuba here in just a couple weeks, and we're going to finish it. And it's just going to be like Venezuela all over again, except even a bigger deal because Cuba's so close to our border and we have so many Cubans here. This is going to be a massive win, and it goes to continue the whole Don Roe doctrine of getting the Western Hemisphere, all the other stuff out of it. So that's American only in our hemisphere, no other outside enemies. Now this, I know this is weird. I have this in the foreign policy section, but listen to this. This just is more proof the Iran war is actually reshaping the world in very good ways. And for us, it's already made us the number one world oil exporter. It's made people come to us. It's building up right now. The LNG, natural gas, we're the number one in the world for exporting that by more than double the next two nations combined. This is how you bring prosperity and sovereignty back to the nation. Trump is making us stronger on our own than ever before. And one of the things that this revealed was our dependency on other fertilizer. Well, Brooke Rollins came out today and in this post says, gave China the middle finger, announced 3 quick historic actions to restart and expand U.S. fertilizer manufacturing. So he's going to fast track Blue Point ammonia in Louisiana, the world's largest project for this. Fix slow-moving fertilizer expansion program from previous administration where they only finished 8 of 121 projects. You wonder why. They were laundering that money. Add a dedicated economist to track fertilizer prices and supply for better transparency. These steps are expected to add about 4.5 million tons of domestic fertilizer production per year and create thousands of jobs. Currently, we import a significant portion of our fertilizer. Global price spikes and supply disruptions can add thousands of dollars per acre. This is going to cut them off, guys. So again, Trump just keeps making more and more moves that are giving us our sovereignty back, where we can absolutely just produce like crazy, bring jobs, make our economy thrive. This is why, just another reason why, and guys, a couple years, our economy is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen in our lifetimes. Because in our entire lives, unless you're 100 years old, we have been relying upon all these other countries for the stuff that we had here. And now Trump is changing all of that. He's changing all of that and making us self-sufficient, but not just self-sufficient, thriving. And finally, look at this. Putin went to meet Xi today. Just 1 week after Trump. This plays into that whole arc scenario, America, Russia, China, where Trump is rebuilding the world order, and there's 3 superpowers on the earth. Technically 1, but we'll give China and Russia a little leeway. 3 powers that matter on the earth, let me put it that way. And all of a sudden we're making deals with each other to get along, to leave each other alone, as long as we're not messing stuff up, as long as we're not getting crazy. And this is just going to change everything. And they announced out of this meeting today, Russia considers launching joint projects with the U.S. and China. This is massive. This is so game-changing. So, again, this is how we push out Europe, which has been the biggest just like parasite in American, like to our modern society. That it's because of us funding the European lifestyle so they didn't have to spend money on military. So they could use our financial stuff, process it all through City of London. We were on LIBOR, which has meant all of our stuff was going through there. Now we're on SOFR, so that at least the financial stuff's starting to come home. We're cutting off all the free trade so that the tariffs, because they were tariffing us and now we're just tariffing them back. Trump is rebuilding the world order economically and politically. And Europe's going to be the one that suffers the most, because Europe's going to actually have to stand on their own 2 feet for once, for the first time in since World War II, since before World War II. It's beautiful. And all the lies, all the psyops we've been told about these countries, not saying Russia's a great country, well, I think it's a great country. Not saying Putin's a great guy. Not saying communism is great, because it's awful. But this idea that these countries were looking to take over the world or destroy the world is absolute nonsense, and we're learning that. And Trump is showing us that diplomacy, look at that, diplomacy and interconnectedness through trade is one of the great ways to bring peace to the earth. And by opening up all this, guys, and putting the 3 main players in the world together, it's just going to stabilize everything. It's going to bring the temperatures down, stabilize everything, and it's going to make places like Europe stand on their own 2 feet, which they're going to hate, or India. India's going to have to stay on its own 2 feet. They're going to hate it, but it's good medicine, and it's going to be very good for us and for the world at large over time. So very excited to see how this goes. And Iran, again, was the key to all this. Because Iran broke up the whole City of London's cabal on shipping and oil price manipulation. It cut off China from their cheap wholesale oil. It's forcing OPEC to fall apart. It's forcing the Middle Eastern countries to divert other ways than the Strait of Hormuz, create other pipelines. It's removing Iran's ability to be used as a proxy to destabilize that region, all that stuff. And Trump it was just a genius move. And again, we're going to look back someday and look at this as one of the greatest military moves ever made, because of how quick and efficient it was, how little loss of life there was, and how it completely, just by unlocking Iran, completely changed the world order in a way that's much better. So good news on all that, guys. And it's coming. And I think it's coming soon. I think we're going to start seeing the end of this very soon.